Alright, welcome back. So last time I was talking about Marvel Land. No, I don't want to fight these guys, I want to go fight you.
Yeah.
So, in Marvel Land, they have this thing called Storm Force, which is just the teacups, but themed after Storm from X-Men, right?
Yeah.
So, Jesus Christ, these guys. So, the teacups rides at our local park, Six Flags, right? Mm-hmm. Are shit. I fucking hate them. They have like a limiter in place or some shit. They're so hard to spin. They're super, super heavy. Like, super heavy. You have to really rip and pull on them to get anywhere. Right?
Yep.
So we're sitting there, and I'm on the teacups ride, and I'm like, I wonder if these have limiters. So, before the ride even starts, you can tell if a teacup ride has limiters or not. Because what happens is, before the ride starts, if you try and spin them, and they have a limiter, they'll be super heavy, or they won't spin at all. If they don't have a limiter, you'll go to spin them, and you can literally, with one hand, just go like this, and they'll already start rotating.
Oh,
before the ride even starts, you can start spinning them. And I went... So, we're on Stormforge, and I'm like, I wonder if these have a limiter. So I grab the thing, and I just pull it a little bit, and the whole thing goes... It starts spinning super easily. I'm like, these are the lightest teacups I've ever experienced in my life. Outside of the ones that are made for, like, 6-year-olds that I'm not allowed to do because I can actually break them. So, I'm sitting there like, okay, this is gonna be fun. So I'm on the ride with my sister. We're both on the teacups, and I spin it a little bit, and I go, these have no limiters. And the look on my sister's face of, oh, no. Because my sister does not get motion sickness. I do not get motion sickness. We're blessed people like that. So I go, these don't have limiters, I'm gonna spin the shit out of this. And she's like, I'm like, how fast do you want to spin this? And she's like, just go for it. She already knows I'm just gonna go for it. Keep in mind though, this is Florida, and it's like 92 degrees out that day. So I'm not thinking clearly at this point. I'm like, it's hot as shit out. But these teacups have no limiters. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just going, I'm just gonna go buck fucking crazy. So as soon as the ride's getting going, and as it's getting going, I'm just slow spinning it. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit of motion. Ease it into it. So it's just slowly, like, slow turn, like a revolution a second kind of thing, like very slow turn. And I'm waiting for the ride to kick off, and I'm waiting, and then I hear alright, all clear, boop, ride starts, music starts. I'm going hand over hand, full fucking, like, around the tongue. I'm spinning it so fast that my sister is now pegged to the seat, cannot pull herself on the seat from the G-forces, and I'm still like, I'm pulling myself off, like,
trying to get a little more speed.
Even more speed. Like, I'm pegged to the thing. My sister is dying laughing. I'm hyper-focused on the fucking spin. And my sister just goes, don't tire yourself out. And at this point, I have realized I am both exhausted and sweating buckets. Because I had not considered, oh yeah, I'm still in like 92 degree weather. And I'm ripping this fucking thing around like I'm trying to pull a child to safety.
Well, you were. You were, Chris.
I'm spinning it like comically fast. It is spinning comically fast. You can literally see people off the ride looking at us like, dude, pointing like, dude. So So we get off the ride, and immediately I have the thought process of like, man,
Let's do it
I
again.
wish Alex was here. I love Alex. Alex is fucking amazing because he's the only person I know who gets motion sickness and will still spin the fucking teacups like a fucking crazy person. Like, every time we and the funny part is we go to Six Flags and those teacups suck to spin. And we would get those things spinning so fucking quickly just solely because Alex would be willing to just literally give himself bodily harm to do so. I can only imagine how fast I could have got that going if I had even one other dude with some strength in the fucking teacup.
Oh yeah.
Cause like me and Alex have gone them spinning to the point where we're like pegged to the seat, like unable to move. And then Alex would get off there. I was like, dude, if Alex was here and we were on these teacups with no limiters, we would get that shit spinning so fast. We would get off the ride and Alex would be vomiting into a trash can in like 2.2 seconds after getting off the ride.
That's pretty funny.
So I'm like, man, I wish Alex was here just for this one fucking ride because we would be able to get that shit spinning comically fast. I did ride it one more time where Miranda was off it just so she could film me whipping around in the fucking thing. I gotta see if I have the video. I don't know if she has the video on her phone or on my phone, but if I have it on mine, I'll show you it because it's really funny looking. Because everyone's like going around like, oh yeah, they're all spinning, and then you just see me going. There's a point in the video for a second where you can see like my leg come up, and it's because I was spinning it so fast that the G-force actually like threw my ass out of the seat.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was really cool. I was having a lot of fucking fun with that one. But outside of that, nothing too crazy. All the other parks, I don't think I'm missing one. Hold on. Harry Potter. Yeah, hold on. Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, Seuss, the old Cartoon Land, which is the Popeye stuff. They have a giant store that has Flash Gordon in front of it.
Flash. Whoa!
He saves the universe. I took a photo of that one I was like, I'll take a photo of this one for Derek. Flash! He saves the universe.
Mostly because me and Chris enjoy that meme.
Yeah. So that's Toon Lagoon, and then I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
They have like this small section called like, well, they have two small sections. They have Mythos, but it doesn't have any rides anymore. They just have like, it has two rides that have been closed for 10 years. And they just won't do anything with them.
Well, yeah. Why would they do anything with them?
And then it has a small section, which is kind of part of the Jurassic section, but kind of isn't, which is for the Kongfortation ride, where you have the King Kong ride. And I heard a lot of bad things about that ride. And then I rode it, and I was like, this ride's cool. It's like way better than people gave it credit for. And also, there's a giant King Kong animatronic at the end of it that's like fucking... It's got to be like an 8-foot tall King Kong head that's like right in your face.
That's pretty
really,
cool.
It's really sick. Cool. So like people underselling this ride. This is a cool ride. They have a witch doctor in the queue line that's like blah, 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 blah. And then the lights go down and the fire shoot up for a little bit and it gets dark and she chants some evil shit and I'm just like, man, I'd assume this would scare children, but there's a bunch of children in line and they couldn't give two shits.
Well, yeah, that's because the internet has destroyed people's ability to do anything.
They like, you walk through like a catacomb of like a bunch of skulls and like, yeah, and then like degrading like human corpses that are like mummified, and I'm just like, man. I mean, there was like a couple children that were like a little spooked by it, but there was no screaming scared children like I assumed there would be.
Well, yeah,
I assume that would happen once they got to the whatever it is. They also had an animatronic of one of the worm things from the movie, which we only ended up seeing because we rode the line when the line was busier. on like a rainy day. And I was just like, I guess it was a good thing we read this right now, because if we didn't, we would have never known about this fucking part of the queue, because the lines were always, it was always like a walk-on. Every time we tried to ride it, we just walked right onto the fucking ride. There was like no wait.
That's pretty crazy.
So I was like, alright. Anyways,
I started blasting.
that was Islands of Adventure. Oh, they had the Mythos restaurant though, which is voted best theme park restaurant for 10 years in a row.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
So we ate there, and like it's absolutely justified. It's one, very cool in there, and two, their food is quite good. We bought their specialty item, which was a lamb burger.
Ooh.
And I took a bite of it, and I was just like, wow, that is not a hamburger.
No, it's a lamb burger.
Yeah, it was literally the most like, yeah, that is, it does not taste like a hamburger. It tastes almost like a hamburger. It's very distinctly different.
Well, from what I've heard, mutton, which I believe is what lamb is a very distinct taste.
Mm-hmm.
But it's close to other ones.
Mm-hmm.
So
mutton is mutton's the adult. It was
right.
It was lamb. This is very specifically a burger made of baby lambs.
How would you eat that baby?
He was delicious. He was delicious. It's the same thing with veal. Veal is baby cow.
Why would you eat that baby?
I don't know. It tastes the same as a regular cow, I guess.
It was good, that's why.
I've never actually had veal. I know some people like it though. Did have lamb though. And it was good. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit, this is good fucking meal. I would highly recommend it. Okay. It's good shit. And then, but that was it for that park. And then they had Universal Studios. And Universal Studios has just way less going on. Okay. You could tell there's just been like, they were like, man, we need new stuff for this park, but also we're building Epic Universe, and there is just nothing left in the budget.
I always appreciate that, because it's just like, why are you guys doing it though?
So there's just like not a lot of rides. The rides that are there have been around for like quite a while. They're all really good though. I'll give them that. All the rides they have are really good. My favorite by far though, because of how funny it is they have a Ride Through New York with Tonight with Jimmy Fallon.
Why?
That's a great question. Because they're partnered with NBC. And NBC owns The Tonight Show, and they wanted to ride in the park, so they got Ride Through the Night with Jimmy Fallon. And he is, you know what? As I think my sister put it best. He's the funniest of the Jimmys.
Yeah.
Which doesn't say a lot, because most of the late night talk show hosts are unfunny as shit.
Yeah.
But I agree. He's the least annoying of all the Jimmys in late night talk show. And apparently he goes to the park quite regularly just to ride his own ride as, like, a gag. And I was like, man, I hope I run into him so I can be like, man, you're my favorite Jimmy. And he's just like...
What?
And he's just like, what do you mean Jimmy? And I'm like, well, Conan. We're walking through the queue, and they have, like, one beautifully AC. Best AC in the entire park. Unlike Dr. Seuss, which is so cold you're walking into a freezer,
and your nipples get hard and become razors.
It's perfectly temperatured AC. It's beautiful. You walk in and you're like, this is beautiful AC, but it's not so cold that you feel like you're gonna die of frostbite.
It's like beautiful it's not like
AC.
It's like 60, but it's more like it's 68, which I think is the proper temperature.
Beautifully AC. And you walk through and they have all these like sets and designs, and like they have like these sections for each host and like what era they hosted for. And I walked by the Conan section. And I'm like, wow, they actually gave Conan a section. That's crazy. Figured they wanted to erase him from history.
They have wax figures.
No, I think they just have their suits. They have like their suits they wore on like mannequins or something. It's weird.
They don't have wax figures. That's disappointing.
But the queue is weird because they have a section where like they put on like a stage show, but it's just a giant like sitting area. And there's nothing blocking you. Like, you don't need to get on the ride. You can walk through the queue and then just hang out in this area that has, like, games for little kids on, like, these giant touchscreen pads, or, like, sit at this stage where they just play clips of his show forever.
That's so weird.
And like, you don't need to get on the ride. You can just refuse to get on the ride and hang out in the AC. So, like... And the ride is fine.
I'm assuming there was some people doing that.
Yeah, me. Me and Miranda, because it was hot as shit out. We made a joke. I forget what we just did, but we just walked from the one park to the other park, and it was hot as shit. We were sweating, and she's like, "What do you want to go on first?" I'm like, "Jimmy Fallon," and she's like, "Really?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, he's the funniest man in the world. I've changed my opinion on him entirely based off of AC. He is the funniest man in the world. Even his unfunny bit where he pretends to be a teenage valley girl is now the funniest gag in the universe. Let us go to the AC of Jimmy Fallon." So it's like the whole running gag is me walking through the queue and being like, "I love this ride. Jimmy Fallon is the funniest man in the universe now that his AC is in full effect. I've never met a funnier talk show host than Jimmy Fallon." Oh, I could do this in two places, I guess. Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
And then we're sitting there in the AC, not even getting on the ride, and hashtag the panda switches out for a new hashtag the panda, because the costume characters only have to work so many hours. Also, hashtag the panda, his costume character, has the easiest job in the world, because he just has to hang out in the perfect Jimmy Fallon AC all day, and entertain people getting onto the ride. He's the best mascot job in the whole park.
Mascot jobs are notoriously terrible to do.
Yeah. He comes out, dude, he came out and he was so full of energy, and me and Miranda were just sitting there, and he comes out and he's like, "Yeah!" He runs over and gives me a high five. I get up and give him a high five. I'm like, "Hell yeah, hashtag the panda." I know nothing of Jimmy Fallon's show other than the fact that you're a costume character that he brings on every now and again.
I do not know. I did not even know what the hell you're talking about. So.
It's his... I think the joke is that he's, like, incredibly violent or something, even though he's like a mascot. It's just like the shittiest panda costume ever too. It's like the half the gag. Anyways, doesn't matter. He was cool on the ride and in the AC. The ride itself is okay, but like you race through New York with Jimmy Fallon, so there's a lot of the fucking like, "Hey, oh, I'm walking here," and I'm just like, it's like I'm back home. It's funny, actually, it's funny. The Hollywood Studio Park.
It's a depressed panda.
Oh, it's a depressed panda? I thought he was like a violent panda or some shit.
Oh my god, yeah, the costume is kinda crappy.
Yeah, it looks exactly like that in the park, too. Exactly the same costume. So it's funny because Universal Studios is broken up into different sections of the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they have a Hollywood section, a New York section, a Chicago section. And they used to have a New England section where the Jaws ride was, but they ripped that shit out and put the Harry Potter world in there, and I was just like, well, I guess fuck us, I guess.
That's so disappointing. Jaws is great.
Jaws
is one of the biggest things that came out of New England.
Yeah, no, it's the only thing that came out of New England.
You can still go see the bridge if you wanted.
I think the funniest part about that is shark attacks in New England water is so, like, uncommon. Because the water is so cold that sharks usually don't hang out in it.
Well, the actual chances of getting attacked by a shark, I think there's only like 6 people in the world every year.
Yeah, but sharks usually hang out in warmer waters, which is why I find it funny that the whole Jaws movie takes place in, like, a cold-ass fucking... I mean, it takes place during summer, which is when the sharks migrate up there, but, like, most of the year, the sharks are just nowhere near the waters of fucking...
Yeah, we had a shark sighting, I think, last year, and they had to shut down... They shut down a couple of the beaches around us for, like, a few months because they kept seeing the sharks.
Yeah, it do happen.
But...
It do happen, but only during, like, summertime. Like, peak summer, when the waters are nice and warm. For sharks, not for people. Water in the ocean is always cold. But so that perk was interesting. We went to the Transformers ride, which is not a great ride. I even made the joke. I was like, no one likes this ride, and then Miranda's like, why? And I'm like, I'm not entirely sure. It's just not really well received. And then as I'm like explaining this, we walk through the queue and literally go from like entrance to ride with not a single person in the pathway being seen on the way there, and I was just like, yeah, it's just people just don't like this ride, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Interesting.
I mean, the ride's fine. I think the problem is the story. The story is really confusing. It's like really hard to follow. It's like really fast paced and nonsensical. I think I'm supposed to sneak through this, but it's impossible, by the way. There's like a point where they're like, collect research and don't be spotted by pain, but I'm 100% sure it's impossible not to be spotted by pain.
Well, yeah,
because the paths they take just block you from where you need to go.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's part of the plot that he has to fight them anyway.
Maybe so.
Go to the room and interact with the map.
But anyways, it was pretty cool. We walked past the Blues Brothers and Doc Brown and fucking... Oh, the Bourne Spectacular. They had a show for the Bourne Spectacular. And, I'm disappointed because at no point in the ride did they say, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. So I was a little sad about that. But, that show is incredible. That's arguably one of the best stage shows I've ever seen.
That's good.
Yeah, it's incredible what they were doing on there. There was one point that was funny, because they were like... There's a point where he's like a real actor fighting a CGI helicopter, and I'm like, I know he's gonna jump onto this helicopter, but how are they going to do that? You know what I mean? I'm like, how are they going to do that? Yeah, anyway, I'm like, how are they gonna do that when it's a CGI helicopter?
Ran into pain.
And then right as I say that, he like runs through this thing and transforms into CGI Jason Bourne and grabs onto the CGI helicopter, and I was like, oh, that's how they're gonna do that.
Jason Bourne is able to change his life.
I was like, oh, that's how they do that. Okay, that makes sense. There's a lot of cool effect, because it's just one still stage, but the way it's like filmed is incredible. Because it feels like the whole thing is moving, like the whole time, like sets and props are like moving and rotating around the scene and shit, because there's a giant video screen behind it that plays video that like moves and fucking anyways, it's cool. You have to go see it if you've never seen it, and because it like words do not do it justice how good it looks.
Alright.
So if you ever go to Universal Studios, go see Jason Bourne. The last show is at 5:30, so don't miss it. We ended up catching it on the last day because we kept missing it.
Of course.
They have Animal Actors show too, which was really good, and Miranda was just like, you can tell how old it is because the main focal dog in it is the pug from Men in Black 2. And I'm just like, yeah.
Oh like, my god.
You can tell it's an opening day attraction when the main show is Men in Black 2 related comedy.
Oh boy. Oh boy, I feel old. It's
pretty good though. It was a funny show. I had a good time with it. I did it while eating a big pink donut, which was literally the size of my fucking hand from the Simpsons land, and that was sick.
Dope.
I was like, am I allowed to eat here? I'm just gonna eat here until someone tells me no.
Oh, another pain has come.
That's fine. I'm just gonna kill all the pains, and there's nothing they can do because I can do this shit.
Yeah, this is dope. That's pretty powerful.
I'm in sage mode. That's why.
This is no time to get nostalgic, Jiraiya boy.
Nostalgic Jiraiya boy. Also, they have the Men in Black ride there still. And I wanted to get the tour so I could go get up close with the animatronics, but everyone felt like they hated their lives and hated their job and wanted all the customers to die. So no one was willing to let me go down there and see the animatronics, so that was upsetting. Because I really wanted to go see it. But it is what it is. But the Men in Black ride was cool. The first time we read it, you just walked right through the elevator, and I was like, oh, alright. And then the second time we read it, we got into the elevator, and it did the illusion that you're going down, and then, like, let us through, and me and Miranda were like, was there an elevator last time? And I was like, no, there definitely was not the last time we did this.
Makes me want to bother, I guess.
I think the effect was broken that day. So, we were, but we were having a good time. God, he's so strong. But, I'm trying to think if there was any other rides for that part. It was Rip Ride Rocket. That ride, the roller coaster was cool. You get to pick your own music, but you could also, like, enter a secret code to, like, pick your own music. and I could not figure out how it worked. Like, the first time, it turns out you had to hold the screen for 10 seconds, and then the key code would come up, and then you'd have time. You have, like, seconds to fucking enter it. It is so short. I just barely got the fucking one that I was trying to get, which was Rage Against the Machines. And I was like, good. It starts playing, and we're going through the ride, and I was like, this was the right choice. Like, this was the right choice. It's perfect for the ride. But, like, I finally got it to come up, and I'm, like, started to enter the code, and I'm like, god damn it, the code from the last one's still here, and it doesn't overwrite, back, and then and then, like, I got it in, like, right as the ride was launching, and I was like, finally!
That's good.
Yeah. So that was pretty sweet. Oh, yeah, hold on. It's, doing the thing.
Demon illusion!
That's real bullshit.
They finished me. I didn't expect you to cast such a genjutsu.
Nagato, farewell.
Well,
And now he's
Jiraiya
dead
boy is really
forever.
dope.
Done.
It's done.
Except now there's 3 more.
And now I'm dead.
Oh!
Yo! Alright. With that, though, we'll pick it up in the next part. We'll see you guys then. Peace.